Welcome. Microeconomics in daily life. This mini-movie illustrates how consumer theory, price competition, and market structure influence real-life decisions. Through simple campus scenes, we explore how consumers choose products under a budget, how sellers react to competitive pressure, and what happens when price wars eliminate competition. Welcome to The Price War, a consumer theory story. On a normal day at the university campus, two sellers compete in a perfectly competitive market. Same location, same products and price.
Huh?
Two sellers offer identical products. No single seller can raise the price, because buyers would switch instantly. Everyone is a price taker, not a price maker. What we observe, both sellers must match each other because neither has market power. This leads to uniform, stable prices, which protects consumers. Scene 2. Scene 2. Price cutting and the law of demand. What happens when one seller starts lowering the price? When seller lowers the price, the quantity demanded increases, or in this case, customer switches to buy only from the seller A. This reaction is explained by the law of demand. When the price of a good decreases, the quantity demanded increases, all else held equal, and seller B is forced to respond to avoid losing a customer. A price war begins because each seller is competing to attract rational consumers who always choose the best deal. When the sellers cut prices, the consumer's budget line shifts outward, meaning she can reach a higher indifference curve. Because the pen became cheaper, she can now afford both items of the pen and a bubble tea. Lower prices therefore expand her feasible set of choices and improve her overall satisfaction. During a price war, consumers benefit the most. Competition becomes intense as each seller tries to offer the best value in the eyes of rational buyers. As competition intensifies, both sellers continue lowering the prices to attract consumers. However, each seller has minimum costs, the lowest price at which selling is still feasible. Scene 3. When seller A buys all of seller B's stock, only one seller remains. This creates a local monopoly. When seller A buys all of seller B's stock, this shows how competitive markets can sometimes collapse into monopolies, especially when price wars become unsustainable for smaller sellers. Market exit shifts power entirely toward the remaining seller. Scene 4. Monopoly pricing and reduced consumer welfare. There is now only one seller. This seller now is a monopolist. A monopolist has market power, meaning they can set prices above competitive levels. This highlights how monopolies can reduce consumer surplus, limit choices, and reduce overall welfare, while increasing the seller's profits. Conclusion. Lessons from the price war. Price wars temporarily benefit consumers by lowering prices and increasing choices. Consumer theory explains how people make decisions to maximize utility under a budget constraint. Marginal utility per dollar guides choices when prices change. When competition ends, a monopoly forms, giving the seller market power. Higher monopoly prices reduce consumer welfare and limit options. Key takeaway: competition protects consumers in the short run, while monopolies can hurt them in the long run.